Hello everyone, thanks for joining me in this video. I remain Chicos here indeed with the host anchor. Today we are to review the circumstances and controversies surrounding Sowore's tweets that have triggered several reactions, some in favor and some against, of course, the position expressed by a human rights activist and a politician, Sowore. It is quite interesting as Sowore responds that I won't delete tweet calling Tinubu criminal. And I will also play you the video of recent threatening Sowore, I think coming from the northern extraction. And I'll also leave you with that statement from the president, Ahmed Bola Tinubu, that triggered such reactions from Omoyele Sowore, who has been a formidable opposition in most recent times. And again, leave you with certain revelations in the past as the DSS has written to the CEO of X Space, formerly known as Twitter, to express dissatisfaction over the tweet of Sowore, claiming that that could lead to public incitement and eventually breakdown of law and order, as they said, that the statement of Sowore has the potential of breaching the security, the national security of the state. And again, we are going to review all these things. Just take time, relax, and enjoy this entertaining news and in-depth analysis of. So we are going to follow this step by step, and now leave you with, of course, your own position to express your opinion via the comment section. In case you are joining us in this video, kindly like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Turn on the notification button so that you can get our videos once it's been uploaded. I've been away for some obvious health reasons, and thank God I'm getting better, and we're here to deliberate on issues of importance. Now, it will very interest you. Let me leave you with that, of course, bombshell release by Tinubu when he traveled to Brazil that prompted Sowore to react the way he reacted, and eventually the threat that is coming from the north and the implication of that. It is very important. Just stay tuned.
Since I took over in Nigeria has been very impactful. I can beat my chest for that. It was initially painful, but today the result is blossoming. It's getting clearer to the people. We have more money to the economy, no more corruption.
Now, quite interesting, you have listened to the statement of the president, Ahmed Bola Tinubu, while he traveled to Brazil addressing his audience. He claimed that under his watch and policies that he has dealt with corruption personified. When it has to do with corruption, what runs into our minds? Not necessarily embezzlement of public funds, or it could be misappropriation of public funds, or inflecting of budgets, contracts, and every other related issues. So it transcends beyond that. It could be the way institutions are running their operations, day-to-day operations. Is that transparency? Is that discharge of equity and fairness in the system? So these are part of corruption. It could be found either in government, parastatals, in private sectors, and in private businesses and individuals. So when Tinubu the president is saying that there is no more corruption in Nigeria under his watch, I mean, that could get some reactions from Nigerians who possibly might be victims of this day-to-day corruption taking place. You see, who know who? Sometimes you are not being treated based on merit or best to come, first serve uh, position. These are aspects of corruption. So what exactly does the president mean when he says that corruption is over, there is no more corruption under his government? In as much as I do not support Sowore calling the president a criminal under whatever disguise, well, that is his personal expression or opinion. I've been an elderly person, of course, he is, I mean, the president is enough to be called his dad or big uncle. As a matter of fact, and being that the culture of the Yorubas, they have regard for the elders, not just the Yorubas, every other person, of course, every other tribe has respect or regard for the elders. But Chore expressing this opinion might be out of frustration or based on the pain, of course, uh, he is having based on the current realities today in Nigeria. When you talk of the no more corruption under your watch, you should be able to capture every sector of the economy, every day-to-day activities and life of an average Nigerians today. If you're saying no more corruption, have the police people stopped some security personnel? Have they stopped extortion from the people? Those mountain roadblocks in the eastern part of recent, even close to my local governments, I heard that some people were robbed, where their belongings were just unlawfully obtained from them. What did you call that? Isn't that corruption? That is even criminality. That is act of criminality. I've been accosted in the course of traveling along that Ihiala. Yes, when you disembark, the commuters or travelers are meant to disembark and walk about 2 poles away from there. And eventually, I was responding to the call of nature, trying to ease myself with that opportunity and with few other young men, only for just one military person, just a very young man as well, in military regalia, came to us and said, "What are we doing here?" I said, "For crying loud, we're responding to nature's call." And that is a very wide, deep gutter. We moved far away, not even from them. And he now came and said, well, he's not trying to intimidate. After he had moved us away from that point, as a way of threatening people, and putting fear in them and the rest of them, these are out of corruption. Using your privileges to subjugate and suppress other people with the intention, with the intent of extorting from them. That is corruption. Now, is Tinubu saying that all these things has stopped in Nigeria? Going to the health sector and the rest of them, you see, and it's a very horrible scene. I so much pity the doctors, those who are still around. The reason why majority of them are fleeing the shores of Nigeria, of course, it was reported, was it a week or plus ago or two, that a doctor died in Port Harcourt as a result of stress, having been working for 72 hours. A human being he is. It's not a machine. Even machine do break down and needs to be taken care of. Isn't that an aspect of corruption? Go to the general hospitals, you hardly, I had that, but by experience. It's not something you come out, and you don't even wish your enemies to be sick or have any sort of emergency. It is quite a horrible scene where you could attend some health medical facilities, general hospitals, and yet you may not be attended to from 8 or 7 till dawn, just to capture even your biometrics. Is it biometrics or whatever they call it, the bio, just to read your temperature, to get your uh, pressure, blood pressure, and the rest of them. At the point we are asked to go after spending the whole day because people are too much, and you won't blame the doctors because they are even trying. They are under stress. So what is stopping more people from joining the workforce, the medical field? Some are crying, complaining that they are not being given the rights, considerations, and remunerations, entitlement, and the rest of them they deserve, or incentive that could encourage them. That is an aspect of corruption as well. So what exactly does the president mean when he said he has no more corruption in under his watch? And that eventually triggered the position or the reaction from Omoyele Sowore, in as much as I have maintained that I'm not in support of him calling, of course, his elderly one, or his uncle, I will put it that way, his big uncle, apart from being the president of Nigeria. So that is quite interesting, honestly. This is what Sowore said, not just to, of course, incite or uh, overemphasized issues. I want to bring out something that will be of interest to us. He said this criminal art official ABAT actually went to Brazil to state that there is no more corruption under his regime in Nigeria. What audacity to lie shamelessly. Well, he was in just reacting to that statement that there is no justification for the president to have said there is no more corruption in the country, while there are possibilities and the evidence abounding to that. Possibly, Tinubu might be referring to his own administration, maybe a executive arm of the government, whatever that might mean. Of course, he might mean by that. But it has gotten more reactions than ever anticipated. Honestly, some people don't even see. I have not seen the tweets. Some people do not even know about that. If not that the DSS blowed it up, and eventually by petitioning the Elon Musk, the CEO of Space, formerly Twitter, people came to understand what exactly Sowore said. Now, let me leave you the reaction of one northern youth or personality threatening Sowore for saying that, compelling the son of the president to act, to go after Sowore, and eventually he said, get rid or get rid of him. You know, such statements are inciting, and I hope they are not trying to entangle Sheyi being the son of the president. Sheyi should be left out of this because he's innocent. If Tinubu wants to contend with that as the sitting president, he should, of course, be able to sue Sowore in the court of law for damages or assault on his personality. Now, involving Sheyi and telling Sheyi to get rid of Sowore, and if eventually should anything happen to Sowore now, people might be looking at Sheyi as one responsible, but he is innocent. So I don't really agree. That person that made this video you are going to watch, I don't think he's acting in the interest because he loves Tinubu or because he's concerned about that, by my own opinion. So let it not be a calculated attempt to entangle or drag the personality of Sheyi Tinubu. Should anything happen to Sowore, let me leave you with this to watch. We'll come back for more details.
Sowore, it is high time you stop misleading Nigerians. because I cannot be able to differentiate criticisms and what you call what did they call it? I don't even know. But if you want us to have problem with you, we are going to have problem with you. So the only offense our president, commander-in-chief of the armed forces have was because it's a president of Nigeria. That you go online, you go on your social media outlet and call him criminal. Are you not a criminal? You are a bigger criminal. You are a murderer, Sowore. Calling IG, illegal IG, director DSS, this, calling people name, judges. It is enough, Sowore. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Any day you come out on social media to criticize or insult, we do not stop you from criticizing president or any of the leader. We do not stop you. But coming out to call someone father, for coming out to call someone father a criminal, wallahi, we are not going to take it lightly with you. Wallahi, Sowore, we are not going to take it lightly with you. Tinubu, 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 this is the third time I'm calling you. If you cannot be able to get rid of Sowore, please allow the job for us. Allow the dirty job for us. Enough is enough. We cannot watch you insulting our president, calling the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria criminal. Look at this murderer. Are you supposed to be allowed walking in the street? A murderer like you? Do you know how many people you misleaded? They killed them in Lagos. Do you know how many people that you caused their death in Abuja because of answers? My own loved one, I lost more than 3 loved ones. That is how you go misleading Igbo boys. They are doing their business, going out doing their daily business in Lagos. You misleaded them. Many of them lost their life. Many lost their property, including me. They can't run when I run for Abuja for that your answers protest. Up to now, I cannot recover from hypertension system. They talk una go say una be activists. Is that how they do activists? Going out to call someone father criminal? If Shahid, you don't know what to do with you, me, Alhaji Oscar, I know what to do. Wallahi, I can't watch you calling my own president, president of the people of Nigeria, commander-in-chief of the armed forces criminal. Wallahi, you are a liar. Wallahi, we are going to get rid of you. Wallahi, you are a liar. If police cannot do the job, we can do the job.
Now, I believe you have watched that now. So, and you understand the body language of the person and the rest of them. There is something suspicious about that. Anyway, that is, by the way, again, has there been any president of Nigeria that was ridiculed or called names? You know, Sowore is a politician. He has spoken to any, virtually even Obasanjo, Jonathan, and they have criticized everybody, and he's saying that nobody should tell him how to criticize the president. That he has the right to criticize the president. Of course, he has the right to criticize the president. And but here the DSS are saying that it's against the Cybercrime Act and the rest of them, which eventually the president can seek for redress through his legal counsels if he believes that is defamation, as a matter of fact. And look at what Sowore said. Let's read. Secret Police DSS gives Sowore 1 week ultimatum, of course, to delete the post that criticized President Tinubu. But here is what Sowore said. He said that even if you give me till the end of the tenure of Tinubu, I am not going to retract my statement. Give me to the end of 4 years tenure of Tinubu, I'm not going to retract on my statement. And funny enough, in line with this trend of conversation, taking a reminiscence of what transpired in 2011, we now saw, I after making some findings, I found out that even Sowore tweeted the statement of Tinubu in 2011, where Tinubu in 2011 branded Jonathan, a sitting president, as a drunkard and sinking fisherman. As a drunkard and sinking fisherman. I mean, Jonathan was then the sitting president. You see, also at a point, Tinubu also was alleged to have addressed Obasanjo, a sitting president, as an expired meat. I mean, these are when they are serving. Of course, the personality of Tinubu has been controversial. Everybody understands that. And possibly he knows that anybody that goes with knife, a headquarter will not want anybody to go around him or behind him with knife, with cutlass. So Tinubu understood that these are parts of propaganda and strategy to demarket the oppositions to get whatever you want. So I shouldn't consider that as a big deal. For Tinubu, he understood that is not distracted by that because he knew at one point or the other, he may have taken the same path. Do you understand it? So, in as much as I said, I'm not in support of Sowore calling Tinubu a criminal, which could be considered as defamation because there have not been any court of law that have established that. And likewise, the same way, it is absolutely wrong for Tinubu to have addressed a sitting president as a drunkard and a sinking fisherman. Because there has not been any law that affirmed that Jonathan was a drunkard. There have not been any court of law that established that. Or that Obasanjo, of course, another statement, is an expired meat. Did you get that? So anyone that goes to equity must come with a clean hand. Is it? And we have to learn from our life experiences. Those who live in glass houses should not encourage throwing of stones because definitely whatever goes around might come around. So it's a big lesson for everyone to learn that in a bid to get someone out of the way politically or by any means you want to defend, criticize the person, definitely there will be a season and a turn. It will get back to you. Likewise, Sowore, who is criticizing now, may also have his own fair share of the criticism. Only time will define, of course, the truth about this subject matter. But finally, before I call it today, do you really agree with the position of the president that there's no more corruption in this current Nigeria?